Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 13th. We are going to jump right in here, Capricorn, and we are just going to see what comes up for you at this time. And Capricorn, this looks really nice. These first two cards are there's nothing wrong with your last card either, but these first two cards are really just like a very nice energy, I would say, for you. So that looks good to me. But let's see here, Capricorn. A little bit of everything here is what I'm saying, is what I'm feeling here. Not saying, well, I did say it, but this looks really good. So let's see where this is going. You start off with this Call of the Muse card here. I kind of feel that I feel like a lot of people are being called to maybe tap into some of their hidden talents, gifts, skills, and abilities at this time. Just because, I don't think people are going back to work for the most part. I talked about this 2 years ago, and how I thought that work and careers and things like that were going to change. I think some people, of course, will still have jobs and careers, but I think other people will do things that are a little bit more unconventional, like starting YouTube channels and things like that. I mean, to me, it's pretty obvious just looking at the astrology, Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus is all about technologies that will probably bring freedom into our lives. So I feel that for you here, Capricorn, is that some of you could be, tapping into some of the technologies that will be coming out in the near future. I've kind of talked about this before. I've been talking about it for years. You're probably all sick and tired of hearing me say it, but it's if you think things like Uber are cool, I think there will be other companies that start to spring up that will allow people to monetize their skills, so to speak, and things like that. And that's probably what people will be choosing to do. So we're kind of entering into more of this, just a different time. So if you have any hidden talents, gift skills, or abilities, I would let those things out here. You have the World, the Hangman, and the Four Wands here. I've been noticing also in the readings that these portal cards keep coming up. What I mean by portal card is the Four Wands. These people are on the other side of a portal. The World is obviously a portal. She is being born through the center there. So it's kind of there seems to be this great transformation going on at this time. So it wouldn't surprise me if some of you were kind of awakening to some changes that you want to make at this time. I also feel like you're just getting a glimpse here with the Hangman of another way of doing things. Hangman can represent gaining a new perspective or seeing other ways to do things in your life. But for you, it feels a little bit more subtle to me. It's one of those things where it's I feel like you see that something is possible, and then maybe it's something in the future that you're going to do. What the hell does that mean? Well, it's I don't know, years ago, before I had this channel, I had another YouTube channel, right? Where I was just running my mouth, talking about nothing, if you must know. And that channel doesn't exist anymore. But I'm sure it would be gold, by the way. If it did. But what I would say is that it's I never thought that doing this was something that was possible for me, right? But it's kind of I got a glimpse of it. I started doing it, and then it was maybe, I don't know, probably a year later that I started this channel, somewhere around there. I don't really remember. But, what I'm saying is I feel like some of you, I'm looking at this Hangman, and it's kind of you're just getting a taste of something that's going to become a much bigger piece of your life in the future. That's pretty powerful here, Capricorn. I'm not getting any of the traditional meanings off of these cards. For some of you, I do feel like there could be love coming in. Four of Wands, King of Cups to the Wheel of Fortune here. This would be someone who probably, changes your destiny. I don't really feel like they change your destiny. I feel like they just, it's someone who's kind of a part of your path, I should say, going from the King of Cups to the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like it's someone who's very centered, someone who comes from a very kind of centered place. It doesn't really matter what's going on around this person. We actually see two cards that represent this, Capricorn. The King of Cups, he's sitting in choppy waters. He does not give two you-know-whats about what's going on around him. The Wheel of Fortune is all about being at the center of the wheel. If you can be at the center of the wheel, you are centered. Everything is spinning around you. The outside wheel, then the inner wheel is spinning around you, but you're in the center. So as long as you're coming from the center, it really doesn't matter what's going on around you. So I do feel that for some of you, that you could be attracting a person into your life. I would say that this person probably has their eye on you. especially Page of Swords right here, or you have your eye on a person, could be a water sign, and probably from a distance as well with that World card. Now, you have the Two of Pentacles with the World here. A lot of work coming in for you. I feel like you're going to be very happy, Capricorn. I feel like you're going to be happy about kind of like this busyness that comes in for you here is what I'm feeling. It's like, if you've been feeling restless and things like that, this could just be some things. I'm kind of seeing this as like activities, which is weird. That's the word I'm getting on the Two of Pentacles, where I feel like things are going to be, or things are about to become busy for you, but in a good way. It's not like you're busy and you're just like working your fingers to the bone here. I feel like you're busy in the sense that you just have things to do, and it feels good because I just feel this like sense of accomplishment on that Two of Pentacles. Feels good, like I said. With the Hangman, you have the Nine of Swords. Probably a lot of worries about the changes that are happening in the world. I always like to remind people as well that he has this comforter, this blanket that is on him here on the Nine of Swords. And it kind of says like you could be worrying about things that are going on around you, but you're actually a lot more safe than you realize. So I feel like some of you need to realize that you are protected and safe at this time. With the Four of Wands, you have the Hierophant. Definitely could be marriage coming in for you. So for those of you that are looking for love, this looks like marriage to me, if that's what you want. For those of you that don't want love, that's fine too, because to me, this would be some sort of accomplishment. The Hierophant is saying that you have been going through a learning process for a long time. In the Four of Wands, plus the World here, this to me would say like your hard work is paying off. So not even just for those that aren't looking for love, but for all of you. I feel like your hard work is finally paying off here, Capricorn, in a big way, kind of even going this way as well. Looks really nice. You have this Delight card here. How delightful, Capricorn. And I feel there is happiness coming in this card. I'm getting the words like stranger in a strange land or something. Isn't that a book? I'm pretty sure that's a book if I'm not mistaken. But it just popped into my head real quickly. But I do feel like some of you, I also feel like it's saying that book could be important. I've never read it. I do remember hearing about it, but I don't really remember what it's about. So, take that for how it resonates. But it popped into my head. Maybe one of you is reading it or something like that. But I do feel like some of you kind of feel a little bit out of place, but maybe you're learning how to, enjoy it here. I do kind of get this. Like, I feel like awkward right now, Capricorn. I mean, that really is nothing new. I always feel awkward, right? I'm a Pisces, and, I always like say weird stuff. So, awkward is my middle name here, Capricorn. But what I would say is that I feel like some of you could be feeling awkward or like you're kind of out of place, but it's almost like you're learning to embrace it here. And I feel like this is a good thing. It's like empowering you because of the Empress. You have the Empress, the King of Cups, and the Eight of Wands here. Definitely could be love coming in for you, I feel. Someone who finds you very attractive. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. I just feel like this is you showing up as getting a lot of attention. And, she is a card of like beauty as well. So I do feel like people could be finding you very attractive at this time, Capricorn. I do feel like there could be a water sign coming in for you. And like I said, I would say it could be a person who just isn't really affected by the things that are going on around them. I do feel like that is kind of like a attractive trait right now. I've talked about this before because the King of Cups keeps coming up as being very emotionally stable in my readings. And I would say that during these times of chaos, it's like if someone is like an anchor, right? If someone has a good handle on what's going on and they're not freaking out about everything, that I guess I could see how that would be an attractive, trait for some people. And you have the Eight of Wands as well. I feel like this is someone who's good at communicating with the Eight of Wands. For others, I do feel like this is saying that there is just a lot of abundance coming in for you here. And this is something that you've been probably asking for. The Eight of Wands reminds me sometimes that like we just need to ask sometimes or tell the universe what we want and we will get it. The King of Cups is your emotional communication with the universe, basically. The King of Cups says as long as you're keeping it positive, no matter what is going on around you, then you will attract abundance with the Empress. So let's see here, Capricorn, where this is going. You have the King of Pentacles here with the Empress, definitely increasing your financial security. I feel like this could be anything for all of you. I mean, if you need a job, could be a job coming in. It could just be something like a business or something you're doing that can increase your financial stability. With the King of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords here. Like I said, wouldn't surprise me if some of you were attracting a person from a distance. It's like a choice has to be made to move towards this person, or they're gonna have to travel towards you or something if you're dealing with a long distance thing. It could also be someone who has a child as well, or a family. I'm getting, especially with this Page of Swords. We'll have to look into this, but there could be some sort of obstacle. Just an obstacle. Eight of Swords says you're only seeing things one way when there are many ways to accomplish your goal. So just if you stay open to multiple ways of accomplishing this goal, then you will be successful. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords here. Yeah, I wouldn't rush. Eight of Wands, very rushy type energy. Knight of Swords says don't be hasty. So I'd say in anything that you're doing, I would just take your time here with that Knight of Swords. In your last row here, you have the Breathe card. Like I said, take your time, slow things down. That would probably be a good idea. I would just say enjoy the ride with this card is what I'm getting. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Swords here. I do feel like there is something about needing to be centered. Again, the whole point of the Wheel of Fortune is to be at the center of the wheel, because then you are centered. It just represents being centered, while kind of like the outside of the wheel represents your destiny or your fortunes and like things spinning around you, life happening, right? So if you're centered, then you're perfectly fine. But I do feel like there is a transformation or a change, obviously. You have the Eight of Cups here. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you and just moving on to bigger and better things. We just had a new moon. Actually, we have the new moon today. I'm shooting this on the 7th. I didn't even know what day it is, but I just happen to know that the new moon was today. So, the Eight of Cups represents the new moon, represents the period after the new moon. Good time to set new intentions with that card. But Capricorn, let's see where this is going for you. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Tower. Makes perfect sense. Again, the Tower is not a bad card. The whole story with the Tower is that these people have been building up these walls. They've been building them until the Tower got so weak at the top that it just fell. And it's kind of like they were trying to protect themselves from the outside world. So, and we kind of see that here, with the, like I said, this whole time I've been getting this vibe about, things going on around you. It kind of says you can't truly protect yourself from really anything. We can't protect ourselves from, pretty much anything that exists. It's like I always tell people, people always like to challenge me on this one, and I'm always like, okay, well, it's like you really can't protect yourself from anything 100%. It's like there was a lady I was reading a story about. She got hit by a meteorite that came flying through her house, right? It's like, so like literally that is practically an act of God at that point, because the chances of you getting hit by a meteorite are like, 1 in a bajillion. So, if that can happen, then pretty much anything can happen. And the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower is about coming back down to earth, grounding things in reality, and also looking at the reality as well, the reality of any situation. So I do feel like it, kind of would be a good time for you to, come back down to earth if you've been doing some dreaming. Nothing wrong with dreaming. I'm a Pisces, like I say. So, go for it. But I do feel like there is a need to do it. I also feel like there's a need to kind of like look at the reality of situations. I don't know how to say this in a good way, Capricorn, if I'm being honest with you. So take this with a grain of salt. But it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, yeah, there are a lot of bad things that are going on at this time. But it's like, what can we do about it? And I don't know. What can we do about it? That's like a legitimate question. What can we do about the things that are going on? This kind of energy here just asks you, what can you do about it? Maybe it's very little, but the point is that even if it is very little, it's more than most people are doing, so do it, right? So any type of change you can make in your life, anything you can do to improve your life in any way, even if it's small, regardless of your circumstances, will lead to major improvements with that energy. That's kind of like what that reminds us of. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. Love. Clearly love coming in for you here. It really wouldn't surprise me if love was coming in by surprise for you, Capricorn. Every single time I do a reading for you, there's always like something about like surprise love, or love happening by surprise, or some sort of surprise happening in general. So wouldn't surprise me if it came out of nowhere. It could be coming in as a result of a move here. Too many moving cards here, Capricorn. Two of Pentacles even, the World, the Eight of Wands, Four of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Tower both can be moving cards as well. The Eight of Cups can also be a moving card because you're moving away. So I feel for some of you, clearly moving could bring love into your life. To me, this feels more like a year. It's like, I feel if you're moving over the next year, or I would actually say 2 years, judging by the cards that are here. If you're moving or traveling in that time, that could be the thing that brings like true love into your life here, Capricorn. And with the Page of Swords here, you have the World. How crazy is that? You start with the World, end with the World. Makes perfect sense to me because what I would say to you is the whole point of the tarot is to get to the World. The Fool starts his journey at the beginning of the major arcana. He ends at the World. He just starts back over. Like I said, you're going through a transition or a transformation time. I'm almost seeing this as a wormhole, the two worlds here. So it's almost like some of you could be doing a little bit of time travel here. Weird. I'll take it. Can I get more information on that, Capricorn? That's just too weird of a message to leave it at that. Can we look into this wormhole here, Capricorn, and see what's going on? Seven of Cups, you're kind of spoiled for choice at this time. It's like, I wonder, sometimes, like, if there are times where the universe is kind of almost gives us this, like, blank canvas. I said it to Taurus this morning, that sometimes, I didn't say it like this, but I've been kind of getting this weird blank canvas thing where I feel like sometimes the universe just says, okay, now it's creative time, so it's like create what you want or think about the things you want to create and then, get to it. Put in the work because whatever you do now, it's almost like I don't want to say the universe is allowing things to happen. I just think the universe is maybe giving us a little bit of a boost, if that makes sense, if we're kind of like wanting to create things. So this wormhole, it's not like you're really skipping anything. I feel like just the universe is maybe giving you a little bit of a boost. So I would dream big with that Seven of Cups, honestly. Six of Wands, you will be successful here. And I'm going to take both of these. Boom. 2 aces. Love it. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Definite yes to any question I didn't answer. Clearly, there's a new beginning coming in for you here. And I feel like you're going to be happy about it. I would say if you want love, get as much attention as you possibly can. The Empress says you can't stay at home. Like, Freddie Prinze Jr. isn't going to appear on your couch next to you if you're sitting at home, right? You have to go out into public. And you probably won't meet Freddie Prinze Jr., but you might meet his brother, Steve, right? Steve Prinze Jr. So I would say get out there and, try to find some love if that's what you want. If you can't go out in public, I don't know, Zoom dates, Tinder, there's like a million of them out there. So, I'm sure something will exist or does exist. I don't know. Facebook, Instagram, all those things, whatever, shoot your shot. For others, I feel that there is something inside of you that needs more attention, like some sort of hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability. It's like it's time for it to come out here. I think that there's something here about differences as well here, Capricorn. It's like, I think you need to, I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently, but I keep getting this message for you, where it's like, you have a skill, but like, it's like, there's another way that it can be used. I don't know, this might resonate with one of you. I feel like some of you, it's like you have a skill. I feel like it can be used in a different way than you are thinking. And it's like, if you can figure out what that is, I know that's not a very helpful message, but it's like, if you could figure that out, I feel like you'll be very, very successful. Always pops into my head for writing. I don't know why. I don't like to write, and I'm not very good at it either. But for some reason, it's like, maybe you want to write a book, but it's like, maybe you could be writing for a TV show. It's like the same thing, but different. Does this make sense? Probably not. I feel like some of you have another skill where it's like, you could be doing something where it's like similar, but different. And like, I feel like this reading is asking you to figure out what that other thing is, right? Figure out like how your skills could be complementary to something else, especially if you're looking to make money or to start your own business or to get attention, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of it for you. But damn, Capricorn, I like this. This is a good reading. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time, Capricorn. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.